right off the top is not a lot of information here. We heard originally that they were just trying to make a traffic stop, and then it ensued and turned into this chase. I do believe we have pilot Chase Rutledge on the phone. Chase, we've kind of lost the shot here. I don't know if y'all can reposition, but what exactly are you seeing?
Well, I tell you what, I mean, like you were talking about, high rate of speed, and that is exactly right. He is reaching speeds well over 100 miles an hour. We are trying to catch up to him, and he's going really, really fast. And this is going eastbound on Highway 9 we're coming up to 10 Thunderbird Lake now. So he's really moving out fast and this is a dangerous situation. So anybody in the path of this guy here on Highway 9, you need to be very careful because he's not slowing down for anybody. Back to you guys.
All right, and Chase, obviously, I have another question for you if you can stay with us. You're obviously our best bet when it comes to following this guy from the air. He's going so fast. Are you having a hard time keeping up with him? And it looks like he's coming up on some police officers here.
They've got some stop sticks out. They've got stop sticks. He's turning around now.
Yeah, that's exactly.
He's turning around now.
That's exactly right. We are having a hard time keeping up on him. He's now going southbound, and we're gonna, he stopped for those stop sticks, and to try to prevent from getting stopped there. But we're going to try to get on this road going southbound. Now, what we do know is that the Oklahoma City gang unit is involved in this. They're involved in the chase. They were involved in the attempted traffic stop. So, I'm assuming, and they are assuming, that the individuals in this car are armed and dangerous, and that's something that they need to pay close attention to when they continue this pursuit, because this guy has obviously got nothing to lose and is in a really, really dangerous situation.
Yeah, Chase.
Back to you guys.
And Chase, from our vantage point now, look how close this officer is right now trying to take this subject down. Like Chase just said, the Oklahoma City gang unit is involved. They're considering this person armed and dangerous. They were able to turn in just a moment's notice there to avoid some stop sticks. And now this officer trying to maneuver and figure out how are they going to get this car to stop and prevent any more danger on the roadway.
And obviously trying to just surround him from all areas, get him to slow down. Here comes a second unit right behind him. You can imagine that all of these units now on this person's tail. This is a very residential area. I mean, look at all these homes, these yards, and the people here have no idea. Do we have, Condor, do you?
Pit maneuver. There we go.
Oh! Wow. Yeah, he has hit and sparks
really?
flying from this power pole. He has just...
So these cops did not know that they were fucking driving along a fucking ditch? Really? Wow. Okay.
Flipped, and we're about to see them respond to him. I'm guessing this is not going to be good for that driver.
Not exactly the best place for a pit maneuver when there's a ditch. And clearly you could see the water runoff. This is a ditch. What a dick.
Yeah, he has hit and sparks flying from this power pole. He has just flipped, and we're about to see them respond to him. I'm guessing this is not going to be good for that driver.
They have now out of their vehicle, guns drawn. Obviously going to move very cautiously toward the vehicle. We don't know if there is more than one person in this car.
I see hands
but that was a maneuver that police often use when they have no other choice to stop a vehicle that is driving like this and a person that may be wanted that was behind the wheel there. So they have guns drawn, and they are now approaching the vehicle, trying to figure out next steps. Somebody is getting out of the car, hands in the air.
So it looks like
multiple
people are surrendering here at this point once they flipped the car, and it's smoking, and police are moving in on them. Probably just want out of that vehicle.
There. Oh, they just knock out the window there.
Smash the glass. So we're about to get our first look at who is inside this car, who have led police on this chase for what?
All right, so clearly it looks like there's more than one person in this car. So, was this car actively driving over people, going on sidewalks and mowing people down? No. Was this driver pulled over for any crazy reason? No, he was speeding. So Now, the passengers have to feel the same wrath that the driver had to feel. So the passengers are just as guilty as the driver. Is that the thing here? I understand that it was a gang unit involved, and obviously somebody was probably being investigated. But does everybody else have to pay for that?
Half an hour at this point. So we're just watching this live along with you.
And if you're just now joining us here, this is in an area off of Highway 9 in the Norman area. This chase started in Oklahoma City, made its way all the way down into Norman as police tried to figure out how are they going to stop this car that was traveling at high rates of speed, passing people, lots of near misses, and blowing through intersections. Now you have officers on the scene after doing a maneuver to stop
Cover for the police.
this car. The car flipped into the air, landed at this telephone pole and/or power pole, and now they are in the process of dragging people, like you see here, out of the car and trying to figure out how are they, what is the status of those people, because that was a serious flip and accident that happened, and who is in the car, who are these people, and why are they wanted?
And it does look like they just pulled a man out of that front seat there. He's on his stomach, hands behind his back. He's getting handcuffed. We did see multiple more hands in the back seat, so they're about to pull out the others inside of that vehicle. 1, 2, 3, 4 police officers there on scene. You imagine many more are about to pull up to help assist. Guns still drawn.
And you imagine at this point, too, they've got an ambulance on the way. They've got medical help on the way as they're trying to figure out the status of the people that are in this car. That maneuver, in order to stop this dangerous situation, caused that car to flip and then flip into this telephone pole and power pole. So they have handcuffs now on at least 2 people, and they are approaching the car from the right-hand side to continue to encourage and/or remove the other person that is in that car. We believe there are at least 3. We believe 3.
But now there goes the third.
There's the person.
From the, and you have to wonder too, once they get them out and they check them out and they search this vehicle, what are they going to find inside of the car? Because that's the big piece of the puzzle we're not exactly sure of yet. Why did this chase start in the first place? They were just being pulled over for simple traffic violations, and it's now turned into this. One of them now walking probably back to a
So because the driver violated a speed law, all these other people that were inside the car have to fucking suffer?
police unit, the other 2 on their stomach in handcuffs.
And Chase mentioned
How come police are never fucking held accountable for this? Oh, qualified immunity.
that the Oklahoma City gang unit was involved in this pursuit. So this may be someone that they have had on their radar screen or some that they've had contact with before. And you see an officer there rolling that one person over, probably going to do a search. Got to know what's on the person before they put them in the they have had on their radar screen or some that they've had contact with before. And you see an officer there rolling that one person over, probably going to do a search. Got to know what's on the person before they put them in the patrol car. And several different agencies involved. Again, this chase, if you're just now joining us, started in Oklahoma City, made its way all the way down into Norman as police tried to figure out how were they going to stop this car that was going at a high rate of speed, not stopping, putting other vehicles in danger, other people in danger. We watched just so many near misses. And this is, again, off Highway 9 in that area in Norman.
It's always a miracle to me, too, that we didn't watch anybody else get hit. A pedestrian, another driver. Caitlin, do we have Chase? Is he available to talk? Hey, Chase Rutledge, we want to talk to you, sir. You're flying directly over this. We can only see, this portion zoomed in on the vehicle and the suspects here. What else are you seeing?
Well, I'm seeing all of these law enforcement officers that were involved in this pursuit are converging on this area. There were as many as 20 cars involved in this pursuit, and I'm counting as many as 10 right now, and they're continuing to make their way to this area. And they're definitely going to contain this scene, but this road, I'm trying to find out what road this is, but it's completely shut down. Once we get the name of this road, we'll let you know. But this was a very volatile situation, very scary situation, and hats off to that law enforcement officer who performed that successful pit maneuver to end this chase that went for miles and miles through Oklahoma City and Norman and now just to the south of Lake Thunderbird. We're going to continue to stay on the scene.
Wow, so potentially this is just a fucking bunch of teens joyriding and that was a successful pit maneuver. What if there was a fucking child in a car seat in that car?
And try to gather some more information for you. Reporting live from Sky 5, this is Chase Rutledge. Back to you guys.
Yeah, Chase, we see just multiple agencies on scene now. We've seen there's one person there that's still lying on the ground. They've got that person cuffed. They're looking around the vehicle. And we've seen, well, two people there. So you see right where officers are standing, deputies are standing, there's a person there with some jeans and blue trunks on there, and then a person sitting to the right there as well. And they've already taken a third person, and what we believe is put them in the back of a patrol car.
Yeah, so we've seen three people. You can see, she's injured. The blood on her arm, you can definitely see it from Sky 5. The person lying down, we're not seeing anybody perform CPR or anything of the like, but you do know an ambulance has to be on the way. The third suspect that we saw pulled from the vehicle, walked away with police officers. They're not in our view at this time. But to see that pit maneuver and that car flip multiple times right into that power pole and that power pole spark, you also wonder, did anybody in that area lose a little bit of power because of this?
For sure. And apparently this is the area 108th near Cedar Lane. So here we go again. There was the pit maneuver and there was the result. That car flipped. Watch it again there on your left-hand side of your screen.
That's
and this was
successful?
after about a 30-minute chase, and finally police had to use the option of the pit maneuver. And we know medical personnel likely will be on the scene here soon. Check
You're
out these
fucking
folks.
smart.
And again, we know the Oklahoma City gang unit was involved in this and had some interest in this case. So we're not sure who these suspects are and why they were fleeing from police, but we know that the OKC gang unit was interested.
Yeah, and this whole thing lasted about 30 minutes. We've seen these kinds of chases go on and on for hours before. So the fact that this lasted for under an hour and it came, to a successful stop on police officers' end is really miraculous. And Sky 5 is continuing to fly over the scene. Looks like they're just kind of canvassing the area, seeing what's in the car now, making sure that those suspects are okay, treating what they can before actual medical personnel arrives there on scene. Do we have an exact road for this?
Yeah, so this was that area, I believe, was the 108th and Cedar Lane. Okay, 108th near Post.
All right.
And here we go, and we see that the officers there going through the suspect's shirt there. They're going to obviously search them before they put them in the back of a patrol car, get them some medical help if that's necessary. And we again saw so many near misses as they just blew through stoplights and went around vehicles and off the road at times, to pass on the, grass at times. Really miraculous that nobody else was hurt. We were just talking about, you always think about the drivers that are just going about their business, have no idea that someone's coming up behind them and that they are in potential danger.
If you're just now turning on your TV as we approach 11:22, let's kind of re-rack here and tell you everything that we know. This all started as a chase in Oklahoma City. It was supposed to just be a traffic stop, and then the suspects inside this vehicle took off at high rates of speed. It went down through Moore and then into the Norman area. On the campus of OU, we saw them swerve in and out of neighborhoods, parking lots, school, and it finally ended here with this pit maneuver stop. That car, look at this, rolling multiple times in slow motion now. We've seen 3 people taken out of the car. All have been put into handcuffs.
And taking a look here on the screen as they continue to talk with these people, there's the one person that's laying there, and I don't know if that's just a decision that police have made for his position or if he is somehow injured. The other woman, like Marky mentioned, has blood on her arm, and they are looking, it looks like, for something as they continue to assess the situation here, probably go through the vehicle as well. But it's hard to tell if this person is lying there by choice or police have asked them to do that, or if they are in some way injured. We aren't sure.
And you just know that an ambulance is definitely on the way. And now, before he turned onto this road, or they turned onto this road, look at the rates of speed that we're talking about here on the left-hand side of your screen. This was going, I believe this was east on Highway 9 just moments ago, and probably nearing 100 miles an hour, passing those cars who are probably going about the speed limit. And then here in just a second, he comes up onto these police officers who have laid out stop sticks. And then he took this side road, and then that's eventually where this all came to an end, right here in this power pole. But yeah, you just know that the people driving had no idea what was going on. Very close to hitting many other cars, but we never saw actual impact.
And interesting that police took the one person, there was 3 in the car, already put that person in a patrol car and or moved them to another location. And I don't know if that was for means of questioning because they felt they needed to have the person in another spot. But on the left-hand side of your screen, you're looking at when this person evaded police and avoided those stop sticks. So police had laid out the stop sticks, they did a quick turnaround and then went up this road. And I think police at that point realized this was a person that was not going to stop easily, and that is when they chose to do what is called a pit maneuver, hit the back of that vehicle with a patrol car and cause the vehicle to flip, and that ended this chase that had gone on for about 30 minutes, starting all the way here in Oklahoma City down into Norman off of Highway 9 is where this thing all went down. And what you're looking at now on the left-hand side is a little bit of a replay of the action that happened moments ago. And now as we take this full, this is live, Sky 5 over the scene as police continue to question 2 people that were in the car. There were a total of 3.
And you could just have to just imagine what was going through the suspects' heads. What was in that car? What is the reason that this was, you know, what they thought was best to start this chase with law enforcement? And as you can see here from Sky 5, it does look like everything is under control. You know, you have police officers just kind of looking at the area, questioning the 2 suspects that are there on the ground. We know there is a third that just probably, I don't know, 5-10 minutes ago walked away with another police officer, probably in the back of a unit there. Just what were they thinking and their motives here? That is something that we have not yet learned at the station. But look at this. That's right when that pit maneuver happened. Very skillful on the end of, I'm not sure if that's Oklahoma City Police or if that's Norman Police at this point. Many different agencies involved, including the Oklahoma City Gang Unit. So we have been assuming that these people have been armed and dangerous.
And you can see now, I'm assuming that's Norman FD on the scene there. Firefighters, EMTs on the scene, like we said, likely coming now to provide some medical assistance to the 2 people that were in that vehicle. The third has been removed, but now EMTs there on the scene, going to get this person on
a stretcher.
This backboard which protects head and neck. If there's any type of head or neck injury, this is what they will use to make sure that that person is protected as they move them to a hospital type situation. But again, EMTs, Norman FD on the scene, and we will continue to keep you updated here. You have been watching a live cut-in here from KSCO 5. Maggie Carlo, Marky Martin here with you this morning. Keep it right here on KSCO 5 for any updates.